So it is like Wednesday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. Figured, since people been talking about it, I should actually give you a real walkthrough of an actual Pretium, not the prototype, but number one. Even the number one's a little different than the rest of them. Isn't it though? Isn't that always the way it is? Number one has always got to be different. Ugh, the nerve of these knives. Um, yeah. So if you hadn't noticed, I got a new website, and there's a lot of kinks I got to work out on that bastard in my spare freaking time. Easy peasy. What do I pay my web guy for? Honestly. But there's some things I like about it, like the fact that it has my YouTube channel is already on there as in the video section, so that's fun. But yeah, I gotta edit the pictures and all the galleries. The galleries are much nicer than the old website. I mean, but now I have to go through and I have to put captions for all the pictures. That's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of pictures on that website currently, and there will be more. There's always more. I'm always making more. And eventually I kind of go through and I clean out stuff and stuff that's old and maybe doesn't necessarily represent me well anymore. So they cycle through over the years. But yeah, let's talk about the Pretiums. Let's talk about it. So the last time I did a walkthrough, it was of the prototype, and things have changed since the prototype, um, as they will. So the major glaring change is the pocket clip. I have been exceedingly nice in allowing people to opt for a milled clip. Yeah, that involves you getting in touch with me and getting one from me, as a lot of people have. There is still some room left on the list as of right now. I think there's up to like 67 of them are spoken for. So there's 23 left. God, is that it? Wow. Unreal. I would have. No, you know what? I did know. Not like pat myself on the back, gee, I'm such a great knife maker. Like when I designed this knife and when I made the prototype, I was like, wow, people are gonna love these. This is an awesome knife, and for this price range, it's ridiculous. So let's talk about it. So I went through and I calculated out that to do milled clips for all 100 of these, it was going to be astronomically time consuming, and it was going to add price. It had to add price. There's just no way I could do them at a $450 price tag with a big old chunk of milled clip on there. Just not going to happen. So I went through and I picked these guys, and at first I was a little leery of them. I was like, I don't know, they're kind of small. I don't know, they kind of might be funny. But they're not. They are freaking fantastic. I see why Jeff uses these so much. Tough thumbs on toads and stuff like that. They are, yeah, they work well. And the really nice part is that they're very low profile, so you can't feel them in your hand, which is great. Because that's the way my milled clips work. You can't feel them on your hand. So I was looking for something to duplicate that, but not cost me thousands of dollars. So there it is, and it actually rides really nice in your pocket. So all you see is the clip, and then this little McNubbin here of the top, and it really does look like a pen in your pocket. You can't even tell that it's a knife, which is nice for those of you who live in places where you need a little discretion carrying your knife. Since we're on the back side, we'll talk about it more. That is an officially licensed hinder lock bar stabilizer. I don't use the disc and screw like they do. I just have a straight up screw that does that job. It's nice that way. Steel lock bar insert. They are all made of Elmax. I literally took this exact same steel that the blades are made from, literally the same piece, and I milled out these for every single Pretium. It's a Hoback rolling detent. It is the bomb. More people should use them. They will love them. I'm just saying, Jeff, tough thumbs, buddy. Just saying, if you are despising doing ball detents on your tough Tanix, Hoback rolling detent, just ask me. I can show you where to get them. They're a little pricey, but dude, I mean, they make ridiculous smoothness. Moving right along, so they are all serial numbered. This is number 1, obviously. Every single one of them. And that means, yes, I had to go through and program in the numbers for every single one of the serial numbers. It was really unique and special. But I've done it. Here on the face side, what I really was shooting for was just something to differentiate it and not make it look like just any other old mid-tech knife. It's got a plain titanium handle. So I wanted to do some kind of millwork on there, but something that wasn't like ostentatious or out there. And Jim Skelton is correct when he says that this is much more banal than one of my custom knives. And I didn't even do anything to that handle. It's just orange peeled and anodized. It's a colorful little bird, isn't it? That's mine. Finally made myself a knife. Here, we'll just look at it real quick. Real quick. Very simple. Very, very simple. If you consider SM100 and anodized titanium, steel lock bar insert, all the bells and whistles. You'll notice my knife does not have any kind of lock bar stabilization. That's because it's mine and I don't honk over lock bars like an idiot. I'm just saying. Besides, I used a different cutting utensil to cut this lock bar, and so there's too much of a gap. So it'd have to be some kind of plate or something like that to do over travel for this, and I just haven't got there yet. There's a really good chance I will, and it'll probably be time asking because that's how I roll sometimes. But yeah. Back to the Pretium. Hello. So the guy who owns the prototype now, he was saying to me how very ergonomical the knife was. He thought it was really fantastic. And I was like, thank you very much. I try. Part of making a knife for me is finger fucking the shit out of it to make sure there's no sharpness on it, that it's comfy in your hand. The insides of everything, these are all nice and smooth. There's no harsh right angles in there that are gonna feel nasty and or cut you after handling certain other knives that did not have that forethought put into them. But he said those grooves are really sweet because when you put your thumb on there to deploy the flipper, your thumb doesn't slip off. And I was like, yes, exactly. That's totally what I was thinking when I designed that. You are 100% correct. How did you know that? Wow, it's very astute of you. That is completely in no way what I had in mind. But I will take credit for that. That is brilliant. Brilliant. Because actually, now that I have this one, and this is fairly smooth, it's just orange peel, my thumb is always like slipping off of there when I'm flipping. So I was like, I actually end up putting it right there inside the finger trail when I deploy. But yeah, so it does that, and it provides a little something there aesthetically. Otherwise, it would have just been plain. So the tie on here is bead blasted and then tumbled. I think it gives a nice kind of nice look. I like it. Don't even care if you like it. No, that's not true. I care a little bit, but that's what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a fast finish to do. I mean, faster than sitting here and hand buffing this or something like that. It's significantly faster to bead blast and then throw it in ye old tumbler over there and tumble the crap out of it for about an hour and a half. The blades are L-Max. None of that shit L-Max that you get from a production company with burnt edges and stuff like that. I actually hand sharpen everything, so yeah. I'm excited. That's going to be really fun. Hand sharpening 100 knives at a time. No, it won't be 100 knives at a time. I'm breaking them down into groups of about 5, working through 5 at a time, and then sort of letting them build up, and then sending them off to get a laser engraved logo right there. It's gonna be nice. First time I've ever done a laser engraved logo, and it'll be the Fair and Forged Knife Works logo, not my EDub custom signature thing, maker's mark. So yeah, whose thumbprints are all over this blade? Jeezy peasy. So the bevels are stonewashed. Well, they're bead blasted, then stonewashed. or tumbled is a better word for it, and then the flats are satin. Oh yeah, all along the outsides they have a texture. It shows up fairly nicely with the tumble finish. So it's very subtle. It's got a little bit more grip than just flat tie. Very subtle though. It's on the blade spine as well. It's nice. It's in here in the choil. It's not easy peasy to do that texture over and over and over again. But it's definitely like not one of my like super carved ones for sure. I did subtle jimping on this, right? So you get like 3 little things here on the thumb ramp, and then these sort of inside cut little jimps, which I will not even lie, I totally stole that idea from Mike Birch. Thanks, Mike. I know he doesn't watch my channel, but he's a good guy. I like Mike. We chatted on Facebook of all things. Nah, I had some questions from a man. Dual thumb studs for when you need to be subtle, or you can use the old thumb stud flick if you get your finger out of the way. Easy peasy. Are you new? Yeah, that's about it. It's definitely, I would use the term understated, an understated knife. I didn't want it to be kind of like out there and ostentatious. I wanted it to be simple, functional. That's why it's got a drop point. Very utilitarian. Something that you can carry and use every day. And that you can be proud to own. I mean, I'm proud to make them, so you should be proud to own them. And it should be a knife that will literally last you your entire life. And they all have my lifetime warranty on them. That's my lifetime. So as long as I'm making knives, you need some shit done to it, you send it back to me. And people do use their warranties, and they usually for not unreasonable things. I mean, sometimes shit happens with your knife. Maybe you're cutting through a piece of cardboard and there happens to be a big metal post right in front of you, and you cut through that cardboard right into that metal post, and you put a little ding-a-ba-ding in your blade there, and you go, oh shit, this L-Max out here is pretty tough to get nicks out of. I don't know if I'm going to do that. And you can just send it back to me, and I'll get it out for you. Don't you worry. I've had people send me back knives that they wanted a whole bunch. They wanted new stuff done too, so they wanted them like refinish. We'll go have a look, right? Since we're talking about it, that they wanted refinishing too, and this one in particular, guy wanted it reground, and so I wanted the handles reblasted and then re-highlighted on the high parts, that's cool, whatever. Then he wanted the blade reground, so the blade was reground to have a thinner edge than it originally had. And then he wanted the blade acid stone washed, so that means it was put in acid. And stop focusing on the carpet. That's it. We're going back to the black. It was put in some ferric chloride, and it came out fairly unique, I must say. I've never had a knife do that. That's like color right there. Very, very strange. And if you ever recall seeing this knife in a video, this used to be shiny, and this was satin. Very, very weird. But and then it also has this really dark line, kind of like a Hamon, but not really. And I don't know, it seems very strange. Very strange to me. But you never know what you're gonna get. So, Adam, if you're watching this, yes, this is done. If you want it back. If you want me to try again, I don't even know, dude. Very strange. Very, Very strange. In all my years. This is one of the things I also like about about making knives is that nothing is ever completely 100% predictable. There's always some weird shit happening, and you're just like, what? What happened? Like, I've done the same exact thing for like 3 years in a row, and now it changes. It's so weird. But yeah. So we just talked about all kinds of stuff in this 15-minute ramble, haven't we? I think we should just keep going. So I do have availability on the list still. I think I've got maybe 20, 23 of these that haven't been spoken for. I was kind of hoping that I was going to have some that didn't get snatched up before I made them, so that I could kind of keep some on reserve and send more to, I don't know, like Blade HQ, because they're getting 30, and they'll probably sell out of those pretty quick. So I was hoping to have like some extras that I could send them, but hey, you know what? Do your thing, people. Jump on it and get it while you can. Because I'm never making this knife again after I'm done with this 100. Never. Ever. You will beg and plead, Elliot, please make me a Pretium. And I will say, no. Never again. Because I get real sick of things real quick. That's why I'm a custom knife maker, and I do like completely full custom, like whatever the fuck you want custom, because I get real tired of making the same damn knife over and over again. The most I've made at one time before of the same knife, and they definitely all came out completely different, was I think I made like 5 friction folders at the same time, and I was so sick of those stupid friction folders. I don't think I've made one since, actually. No, I haven't made one since. I was so sick of them. So by the time I get done with 100 of these, oh yeah, I'm never making this again. We're just going to make them incredibly rare, and that's why they're serial numbered. That's why they have a certificate of authenticity. That's why they got cool packaging. It's because never again. I will make more models, but they're going to be significantly smaller runs. I'm thinking the next run that we do is going to be like 25. They're going to be cool. They're going to be a little more pricey than 450. But yeah, I'm not doing 100 again. At least not for a while. I gotta psych myself up for it. Unless, I don't know. No, unless. No, never again will I make 100 of the exact same knife. But yeah, I think they're a great knife. I think you guys are really gonna like them. I mean, everyone that has touched it has been like, yeah, that's a sweet knife. I know. Knife people too, not like normal people. Knife people. So, there you go, people. The Pretium. Only like 23 left. So, if you want to get on that list, get on it. Do it. Do it now. Because they're being made. Literally. I literally stopped what I was doing to shoot this video because I was like, I haven't made a video in a really long time. I better do that. So, these guys are missing their lock scales because they're actually in the other room getting worked on. I went through and profiled out blades for all of those. These guys are all sitting here because they were waiting for their blades to get out of heat treat. They're literally in the oven right now as we've been talking. There's those guys. I'm gonna install their lock bar inserts tonight, and probably fit their locks. So they probably fit out their locks and their blades, and then probably grind their blades. And we'll see what time it is when these guys get out of the heat treat oven. Because if they're done in, say, the next 5 or 6 hours, then I might throw those ones in the oven too. I might. And then that's sort of the process. Just keep rocking and rolling. Bang them out. Do it. Yeah, it's, I'm not gonna lie, it is. My goal was to not have these have a ton of my hand time in them, but they still do. They have a ton of my hand time. Many hours of my life per knife. So yeah, that's why I don't sleep. And I just really don't have time for sleeping. I mean, sleep when I'm dead, right? But yeah, Pretiums. Pretiums. Yeah. I gotta get more skills cut from water jet, so we can keep on keeping on. All right, YouTube. That's enough yakking at you for tonight. And let me take this moment to say thank you, people, for watching, for subscribing, for buying knives from me, for ordering stuff from me. I really do.